Hello, I'm Michelle LaFleur, and thank you for joining us today at FAMU TV News. We start today with some local news. If you notice your toddler throwing a ball or another object and wondered if they would be great in playing baseball, I-9 baseball program here in Tallahassee is just right for them. After school sports program I-9 is offering baseball programs for children as young as 3 years old. Their youth league program allows for young players to have the best opportunity to develop a clear understanding of baseball while they work on improving their skills. The Florida Disabled Outdoors Association is now offering back-in-person activities. After the pandemic hit, their outdoor activities were put on hold. This nonprofit organization offers programs to people with disabilities to achieve a mission of enhancement of lives through accessible and inclusive recreation. The FDOA will be offering free outdoor activities like scuba and adaptive biking in the Tallahassee area. For more information, you can visit the website at fdoa.org. Last year, children of Leon County schools were adjusting to the remote learning due to COVID-19. A year later, students are now readjusting to the reopening plan in an in-person learning. Leon County School Board approved of a reopening plan as July 2020. Before this approval, Leon County schools were strictly offering remote-only learning to ensure the safety of their students and staff. Students are now required to wear face coverings and class sizes have been reduced when social distancing cannot be maintained. Due to the pandemic, there has been a price increase on building supplies. Breasia Russ tells us more.
Home builders are shocked at the increased price of building supplies. April of 2020, the price of lumber has increased more than 200%. Rusty Payton, CEO of the Tallahassee Home Builders Association, points out two big implications on homeowners and buyers.
That what used to take us 8 months to build is now 15 to 18 months to build that same product. And that has a lot to do because you can't find the supplies. It's hard to guarantee anything. Secondly is the cost implications of things like lumber.
Big businesses like Home Depot and Ace Hardware are also impacted from the price increase of supplies. Not only has this increased price of lumber affected the stores, but has also impacted home buyers. The average cost of living has increased due to this price increase. In Tallahassee, Florida, I'm Breasia Russ, FAMU News 20.
For more information, you can visit their website at www.fhba.com. As June begins, so does hurricane season. Leon County officials are urging residents to prepare for natural disaster. This will be the second year of living through hurricane season and a pandemic. After the hit of Hurricane Irma last year, Tallahassee residents faced power outages. This year, officials gave tips on supplies needed for hurricane season. An annual Build the Bucket press conference. Officials have also added the COVID-19 vaccination as a part of the preparedness plan. Tallahassee Community College is partnered up with the Florida State University to offer their students a chance to receive their bachelor's degree from FSU. The TCC to FSU program is a transfer student experience for TCC students. This program allows for students to earn their Associates in Arts degree from Tallahassee Community College and then transfer to Florida State University. Students receive a specific academic plan to earn the required credits. June 1st was the deadline for transfer students to be admitted for the fall 2021. Behind alcohol and tobacco, marijuana is the most popular recreational drug in the state of Florida. The use of medical marijuana is legal, but not for recreational marijuana use. In 2016, medical marijuana was legalized by the Florida Medical Marijuana Legalization Initiative. Seriously ill patients and those who suffer from cancer could legally use a low THC cannabis product when recommended by a licensed doctor after Governor Rick Scott signed the Compassionate Medical Cannabis Act of 2014. According to the Big Bend Homeless Coalition 2009 Point in Time Counting Survey, it is estimated that 741 people could be homeless in Tallahassee. Places like the Big Bend Coalition and the Kearney Center offers resources and programs for housing. The Kearney Center an entry point for individuals experiencing homelessness. They offer services like temporary emergency shelter, meal services, and medical assistance. For more information, you can visit their website at www.kearneycenter.org. Coming up at News 20, Nigerians can be prosecuted for sending tweets following a recent Twitter ban from the Nigerian government. Stay tuned for more details. When we return, you're watching FAMU News 20.
I love
Can we get strawberries? Okay.
Welcome back to FAMU News 20. I'm Michelle LaFleur. Citizens in Nigeria have been banned from using Twitter and can now be prosecuted for sending tweets. Officials began working immediately to ensure the speedy prosecution of offenders. Nigeria federal government has indefinitely suspended the use of this app after Twitter deleted President Buhari's tweet that was perceived as offensive. Nigerian government also accused the app of being used for activities that are capable of undermining Nigeria's corporate existence. Japan is experiencing a decrease in marriages and starting a family. According to the health ministry, the number of babies born fell to a record low last year. The continual declining birth rate in Japan is beginning to become a concern. According to the health ministry, the birth rate fell more than 800,000 in the year of 2020. China has also experienced a decline in birth rates. In result, their government will be allowing couples to have up to 3 children. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle welcomed their second child, a baby girl who is named after Prince Harry's grandmother, Queen Elizabeth II, and his late mother, Princess Diana. The couple decided to name the bundle of joy after his grandmother and mother to pay tribute. Lilibet Diana Mountbatten Windsor was born at 11:40 a.m. at the Santa Barbara Cottage Hospital in Santa Barbara, California. This is exciting news for Prince Harry and Meghan following a miscarriage last year. Instead of gifts, the couple is requesting for those interested in giving to the family to support nonprofit organizations working for women and girls. A doctor in Germany is facing a fine for $3,600 for sharing details on his abortion services. Advertising abortion, a crime in Germany, Dr. Detlef Marcel was convicted for advertising abortions after telling a patient the kind of abortion procedures he offers and the legal requirements to access them. Germany's criminal code includes abortions and are permitted to 12 weeks. Terminations after the 12 weeks are accepted under certain conditions like the mother's mental or physical health. Tourists in Italy can receive a fine for trying to leave the beach with sand. Tourists will have to pay their souvenirs from Sardinia's Pastine beaches. Tourists who are caught taking sand, seashells, and beach rocks can receive a fine as high as $3,600. Police on the beach reported collecting 100 kilograms of sand, shells, and rocks. Tourists have used these items to sell online. 2017 regional law regulates the fine to those that leave the beach with souvenirs. Authorities return to the sand and shells once caught. Italian cruise ships are set to sail again in Venice, Italy, since the pandemic. The Environmental Association, along with the anti-cruise groups, are protesting to stop big boats from traveling through fragile waters. Groups like the Venice Environmental Association are against these cruise ships traveling through the lagoon. The cruise ships pass through the fragile lagoon, which anti-cruise groups are opposed to due to the environmental and safety concerns. Officials are attempting to get these ships out of the lagoon, but it will take time. When we come back, Simone Biles continues to make history as she takes home a win at the U.S. Gymnastics Championships. Florida State ended their baseball season with a loss and the latest on Sunday's boxing match. We have more details to come when we return from break.
Every day across America, excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
Simone Biles took home a win at the U.S. Gymnastics Championship in Fort Worth, Texas. Biles won with a score of 119.650. In the result of this win, Biles made history by earning 7 titles, which is the most received by any American woman. Biles uses a strategy of unique skill and tricks that has never been seen or done before, setting the record straight by receiving 4 tricks named after her. During the pandemic, Biles took advantage of her time by training harder and testing more skills. Florida State University ended their baseball season with a loss against Southern Mississippi University. Florida State Noles lost at the score of 7-4. The Noles seemed to struggle during their inning after producing 7 hits when 6 of them came in the first 3 innings. As the Eagles came in strong to win, FSU players went through this game like many other games this 2021 baseball season. Floyd Mayweather and Logan Paul both went at it for 8 rounds in an exhibition match this past Sunday. The highly anticipated round was a pay-per-view event at the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida. Despite the draw, 50-0, record holder Floyd Mayweather enjoyed exchanging blows in the ring with Logan Paul. Mayweather came back strong after coming out of retirement last year. Serena Williams was surprised as her opponent Elena Rybakina took home the win from a recent Sunday tennis match. Not only has this defeat caused a loss, but it also means Williams' quest to equal Margaret Court's record for 24 wins. After this defeat, Williams will be putting her focus on her next tennis match, will be held on grass. Williams is excited to switch surfaces and agrees that she's done well on grass in the past, considering her 7-time championship. Former NFL player Chad Johnson will be fighting in his first boxing match at the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida, where he will face his opponent Brian Maxwell. Johnson is going outside of his element by fighting in this boxing match. NFL players has been training in Houston, Texas with Jamal and Jermel Carlo. The twin pair are boxing champions. Johnson plans on using his fearless nature and confidence while fighting his match. Not only is this his first match, but it will be his first match for many to see. U.S. soccer player Gio Reyna was injured by a drinker container during the celebration in the 3-1 victory over Mexico. Fans began to become rowdy, and in result, the match was stopped. As the team struck the score, they proceeded to run to one of the corner flags for a victory celebration. Thrown from a fan, Gio Reyna was hit in the head with an object. The U.S. soccer player was down on the soccer field for quite some time. Reyna's U.S. head coach reported to him to be okay, for it could have been a lot worse. Backup goalkeeper saved the night with a game-winning save. It is now optional for fully vaccinated shoppers to enter grocery stores and public places without a face covering. After Governor Ron DeSantis lifted the mask mandate for the state of Florida. More details after the break.
Remember when imagination could take us anywhere? It still can. Destination Imagination is an extraordinary after-school activity that lets any child experience creativity, teamwork, and problem solving. Parents and teachers, start a Destination Imagination team and let your child begin the journey of a lifetime.
Grocery stores like Publix are now allowing for fully vaccinated shoppers to enter without a face covering. Following the lifted mask mandate that was recently signed into effect by Governor Ron DeSantis, Breasia Russ tells us more.
Young County no longer has a mask mandate in effect after Governor Ron DeSantis has issued an executive order. 100% employee-owned grocery store Food Giant allows for fully vaccinated customers to enter without a face covering. Night manager Haley says she feels safe with the new policy.
I feel pretty good. I just keep my distance as long as, you keep your 6 feet distance.
Employees who have been impacted by the pandemic strongly feels that both the vaccination and mask mandate are optional. Shopping centers like Publix are allowing for fully vaccinated customers to enter without a face covering, where shopping is a pleasure. In Tallahassee, Florida, I'm Breasia Russ, FAMU News 20.
I'm Michelle LaFleur, and that's all the news we have for today. Thank you for watching, and remember to follow us at FAMUTVnews.com for news updates. Have a wonderful evening.